Hi, good evening. Everyone's doing well. Happy Tuesday. Hey, hey, hey. Ladies. Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hey.
How are you surviving in your Georgia heat?
Oh my God, inside in the air conditioner.
Oh God, it's so hot.
It is, it's miserable. But I guess we're supposed to get like tropical storms tomorrow, so.
I know. I'm supposed to be driving we have to drive Huntley Camp on Thursday, so we have to drive to North Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hoping we miss that.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news, so I'm going to be honest. I don't really
I don't
know what's
either.
going on, but I
Scott
have heard something.
informs me. He's like, hey.
I wish that it was hot right now because we're sitting at the baseball championships and it's pouring down raining on us.
Yeah, it rained here earlier. That's kind of like a daily thing. It rains and then it's hot or humid.
That's it. It's
Yeah,
here.
I guess
It's
it's
hot
a
and
lot.
rainy.
Yeah, and humid. I always say to Matt, I'm like, Matt, can you check the weather? Because he like looks at the actual radar. I'm like, I don't have that. Can you tell me your weather? Radar.
I use the little weather app.
I'm like,
Scott, I guess he looks into it.
But like that radar, you can actually see the weather. Like it's real weather.
Mm-hmm.
We're not recording it because there's always just sitting apart. If you're in a group chat, send out some reminders. If you're in a group page, let's go ahead and post our reminders while we're waiting for others to jump on. Making my post. And just drop in the chat where you all are from. Where are you joining us tonight? Karen's in Georgia. I'm in Florida. We've established it's really hot here, but it's always hot. So It never stops. Let's see where everyone's from. New Mexico, Oregon. How is the weather in Oregon? South Carolina, New Mexico. Thank you, because I got my hair done today. Mackenzie, I know you did too. It's not pushing. I had my hair done. I didn't do my makeup, okay? It's usually one or the other. Hi, Natasha. Yeah, it's raining on you. Arizona, yeah, freaking hot. It's hot there too. A different kind of hot, like blow dryer hot. That's what I call that, like the heat out there. Y'all, this is the honest to God truth. I got off, we were in the airport in Las Vegas, and we got out and like walked outside, and y'all, I thought the air, like from the air conditioner, like that heat that blows off, I thought we were like standing on like a blow off where all that heat comes. No, that was just like the regular air. I literally thought there was like a blow off from the air conditioner, like those big tubes that run out of buildings, like blowing hot air. That's what I thought it was, but it was just like regular heat. I'm like, oh God, it's so hot.
It's crazy, and it's so different from here.
Yeah, I bet it's hot in New York too. Yeah, it does take your breath away. Like it was hot, and my body needs like humidity. If I'm where it's super dry, I get bloody nose, I get headaches. We went to Utah in February for that leaders retreat, and my nose was just pouring blood. I do not do well. I did not adapt well. When I went to, no, not Wisconsin, where was I? The other W state, Washington and Idaho, when I went out there not too long ago, it rained and got so cold. I'm like, I didn't even bring like a sweatshirt because it's June. No one needs a sweatshirt in June. You do in Idaho when it rains, it got cold. I'm like, oh my God, it's so cold.
Oh, it got cold in Vegas when it rained when I was there. I was like shocked at how cold it got. I was freezing.
We're going to Alaska like next week, the end of the month, and it's going to be cold. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, we're going to give everybody just another minute, and we're going to get started on time. I'm going to go ahead and start recording, or I'll forget. So go ahead and do that for a minute, and I have us both on, Karen. So again, if you're just joining us, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. Go ahead and post your reminders if you're in group pages, group chats, wherever you're at. Let's spread some love on this Tuesday night. We're going to give everybody just a minute because our numbers always spike right at 8 o'clock. Everyone gets on right at 8 o'clock. So I'm seeing numbers kind of go up. I see a lot of Ashley's on. Ashley's representing tonight. Always in our generation. Ashley. I see Kaylee. The real Kaylee, not me, Kaylee. Never know who you're going to get. But it's the real Kaylee. The real Kaylee's here. Hello to all the Ashleys. Yeah, there's always a lot of Ashleys. So it is 8:01. So again, if you're just joining us, send out a couple reminders. If you're in group pages, group chats, it'll take nothing but a second. I'm still watching these numbers kind of rise, and I hate to get started until I miss it. Look at the Ashleys. Hi, Ashleys. And I think everyone's muted. Ashley's in the house. Do you know any other Karens, Karen? Because I don't feel like there's a lot of Karens our age. I don't know any Karens our age.
No, the only other one that I know is my aunt, and that's who I was named after. So
I know a few Karens, but they're all more adultish, like
right.
Like in their 50s. But I've never met. I don't know any other Alisas. I know a lot of other variations of my name. Like my hairdresser spells her name Alissa, but she pronounces it Alyssa. So the two of us get together, and it's I don't understand. And then Yarborough, which who knows about that anomaly? I don't even know how you get Alicia out of that. Last night it's like Alicia's calling. I'm like, what? And I look, I'm like, that's Alicia. He's like, the phone says Alicia. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. But anyhow, it is 8:02. We're gonna
get your cheese.
I know. Well, Kaylee does it. This is a good, like, if you know me, this is how Kaylee finally remembered it. It's Mona Lisa. It's just Lisa. So Mona Lisa, it's just.
That's because I called her the wrong damn
Forget the
name
Mona.
for like 7 months, and she never told me I was calling her the wrong name.
It never bothers me. Like it bothers other people more than it bothers me. I'm just used to it at this point. If anything close to my name is said, I just look. I'm like, yeah, that's me. There are many people that I've never corrected them. Whatever, it's fine. And when I read my own name, I'll read Alyssa. It's like I'm on whatever. Anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get started tonight. I appreciate you all being here tonight. I am recording. We're good to go. We're live on YouTube. We've got a lot of checks going on, so I appreciate you all being here. For those of you who know what's going on tonight, tonight's a special night. We like to take and, recognize an associate, what we call the associate spotlight. We take that into consideration from people. And I thought, what better, of course we have so many amazing examples, but I want to go ahead and start with Karen, because when I think of, representing the company and working for her team, I see her busy. She's on Power Hour. She's hosting things for her team. I mean, she shows up. So I just asked Karen, I was like, would you be the spotlight, as many of you do? So I appreciate that. But I thought, what a great example. She's got such great testimony. So we're going to start with her testimony, and then I'm going to drill her a little bit and interview her on some other things that you all might be interested in. So I am going to turn it over to you, Karen, and I'm going to mute myself. Like, pretend like no one's ever met you, or anything about your story.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me on. I'm like so flattered, so honored. But years ago, it's been now. I was 300 pounds, completely miserable. I had went to the doctor and they told me I was morbidly obese. So I qualified to have weight loss surgery. And that was the steps that I was taking. And I got a flat tire on the way to a consultation and called a friend crying and upset. And she was like, just try these products. Like, just give it a try. And I had nothing to lose. So I gave it a shot. I fell in love with the products. I wasn't consistent at first. So it took me a couple months before I started to be consistent with the products, but I knew they worked for me. So when True Control came out, that is when I started. I was like, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to build a business too, because I know this works and I want to share with other people. Because the products, they gave me energy. I was able to quit drinking pop in my first week of using the products. I just didn't crave it anymore. I was craving water. I was craving leaner meals instead of wanting like pizza and fast food and stuff. So everything changed and my mindset changed. I had motivation. The supplements really just gave me hope for the first time in years, because I was just dead set that I couldn't do this without surgery, that there was no way that I could lose weight, just changing my lifestyle. But I've lost 80 pounds. My husband's lost 95 pounds. Like, so many of my family members and close friends use the products and they're having amazing results. It's insane. And like, we're just super blessed that I found the products, and we've been blessed to share them.
That's awesome. Thank you, Karen. Like, totally inspiring, great story. But I want to talk a little bit, obviously, when did you see the light as far as the business point of view? When were you like, okay, I could maybe do something with this? Let's talk business a little bit.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of crazy. Whenever I bought the products at first, I just bought the products from my sponsor, and they were kind of like in my closet for a few months. She told me to take them. And then at that same time, I was trying to sell makeup for another company that doesn't even exist anymore. And I would make like a few dollars here and there, but nothing. Wasn't really making any profit. I worked right alongside with her. She would come to my house and she would be working her True Vision business, and I would be working my makeup business. We're putting in the same amount of work. And she was making money and I wasn't. So eventually, whenever I tried the products, and when I started using the products and fell in love and decided to be consistent, I was like, you know what? I know this works. Actually, I graduated cosmetology school and we moved. And I started kind of looking into daycare for my kids and what I was going to have to pay for my kids to go to daycare for me to work. And I was like, okay, I can go to work, but I'm not going to make very much money. I'm basically going to work to pay daycare. So I was like, and I know these products work. I've seen what they can do. I've seen Ashton making money with this. Like, she's doing it. I know I can do it. So why not just take this business serious and give it a go? So I think I purchased in February and I started taking the business serious on October 1st. So it took that long. But that was the day that I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I started working it. And then I don't think I've taken a day off since, hardly.
Well, what I love about that, Karen, is it did take you a little bit of time. So for those of you who are kind of like thinking about it, or have people and you're like, oh, they're not going to do it, like, you don't know what it's going to be. What do you think, like, what clicked and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this? Like, what happened that day when you're like, I'm going to do this? Like, I can make this as a business.
Man, I remember it was a series of a few different things. I remember Ashton showing me $1,000 in her pay stub. Like, she was getting ready to go to Night with the Stars and she was excited. She was buying a dress and she was just kind of like showing me, like, I made this, I'm going to go on the strip. And I was just like, gosh, like, I could do that. Like, that's, even if I just make $1,000, like, that's shopping money. That's what I want to make. That was kind of like, I'm going to do it. But when we moved and I was checking into the daycares, and we had to move for my husband's job again. Like, we've had to do that so many times. And we moved. I was like, I want to do this business and I want to retire him. Like, I seen if she could make that $1,000, I'd be like, I can do this. Like, I can retire him. So I didn't want to move for his job anymore.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great encouragement too, just to kind of see and know that everything motivates people a little bit differently. Yours, and I hear that over and over again, like, oh, I want to get my husband out of this job. That's something that a lot of people, like, that is their goal. I want to get my husband out of the job, to have him around more. Or in my case, my husband works every single day, but my husband's now, like, at the opportunity where he can do what he loves every single day. So that's pretty phenomenal. And I've kind of been able to watch him kind of build his career and build his business, all thanks to my business. So that's really cool that we just kind of, like you said, get to see him do what he wants to do as well. So that's really cool. So tell me what you would tell a brand new associate starting out right now. What are a couple of tips that you would give them business wise, that are just starting out, brand new associates?
Business wise, plug in as much as you can. Like, absolutely every single chance that you can get to plug in. Power hours, team calls, whatever your team has going on. If there is a status posted with a question, like, get in there and answer it. Like, just plug in as much as you can. Get to events. Like, every event that is close to you, get to it. Don't miss your corporate events. Like, we have Summit coming up. Get to events.
I love that. I love that you said that, Karen. Speaking of which, let's talk about Summit for a minute. Now we'll just kind of move into that. There is a Summit contest going on. All the 5-star and aboves teamed up together, and we are sponsoring a contest. So whatever group page you're in, get with your closest 5-star or up. You know, that's something we're launching. I'm super excited about that. We're all working together on that. It's going to be a little meet and mingle. Someone's going to win. That's going to be a pretty cool prize, I do have to admit. So for those of you who are completely clueless, you have the opportunity to win. It's called the Meet and Mingle. It will be every single 5-star and up in the company. We've all committed to doing this together. Every 5, 6, 7, and 8-star. It's going to be like cocktails and like little hors d'oeuvres and stuff. So I'm super excited about that. And that's going to be a heck of a contest to win and just kind of soak in all of that going into Summit. That's going to be really incredible. I know we have some pretty special things happening. I know maybe some new products, some new ideas. So getting to Summit in St. Louis. And also for those of you, I don't know if you saw this, you can buy your ticket. You can use your Smart Ship points to buy your ticket. I thought that was super cool too. So that helps a little bit with expense if you do have some Smart Ship points laying around. But I'm the biggest believer in events as well, Karen. I walk into them, I leave there, I can go to the same event, walk out motivated, inspired, like, I love it every single day. It never gets old to me. That is my element. Some people don't love that, you know, but that is probably my favorite part, just going and seeing everyone and the energy and everyone there knows what you're doing and they're excited and they're motivated. Something magical about that. I get chill bumps just thinking about it. So I encourage you all to get to those events. And something else Karen mentioned that I see her doing, she shows up every single day. Every single day she's showing up. She's commenting. She's helping. You know, that's something we talked about too. When you're scrolling through Facebook, I don't care if someone's on your team, someone else's team, whatever. It takes like 2 seconds to comment on their post and encourage them, inspire them, motivate them, you know, just add a little something to their post to help out, whatever that looks like. And I see Karen doing that. So there's just so many things that I love about Karen and what she's doing and why she's having success in this. You know, showing up. That's something I definitely see across the board coming from you, Karen. What is something, this is really good. Tell me about the Belly Blaster kit that I'm seeing everything about it. In Karen's words, let's talk about the Belly Blaster kit.
Oh, all right. So when someone asks me about the Belly Blaster kit, I'll always tell them our number one kit for weight loss is our Belly Blaster kit. You get a month's supply of the True Vision combo, your True Fix and True Control. You get our gentle nightly detox, and you get 30 of our super hydrating sports drinks to help you make sure you stay hydrated for the best results. And then I just say it's $159 free shipping. And would you like to get started with this kit? I almost always have them go for that kit. Like, they love it. Yeah. Unless they're doing the drinks, they usually go for that.
That is awesome. Like, that simple. I love that verbiage, Karen. I love that you keep it pretty simple, pretty clean. Don't give them a whole lot of options, to be honest. I think that's a great tactic because when we give them 20 options, which gratefully we have. I'm glad we have options. Please understand that. But I think when you're selling to a simple, you know, customer, using verbiage that you're using, you know, offering, hey, you know, free shipping, here's this and here's the link. Will that work for you? You know, and if for some reason, yeah, absolutely, free shipping and free membership. You know, when they hear those words free and they think it's the best deal and you're saying this is the best package we have, I scroll through obviously I'm friends with a lot of True Vision people. So I just see like, you know, all this stuff going on with the Belly Blaster kit, and that's great marketing because people think we have a new product or, you know, let's talk about that. Have you been able to turn maybe people, that weren't having success or whatever, and now they're peaked? I've been asked about it multiple times of people.
I'm actually reactivating a whole lot right now because they're seeing that and they're like, okay, is this something new? What is it? And a lot of times, some of these people, they've only ever done the combo. So when they hear about the Renew and the Heart and Hydration, then it is new to them. So I've had a lot reactivate with that kit.
Yes, and I highly recommend that. Just I know this is very off the top of your head. We did not rehearse this, ladies and gentlemen. So are you sending out messages? Are you letting them come to you? Or what does that look like, Karen? Are they just more coming to you or?
Well, with the true transformation going on, I had a message I was sending out. I can read that to you.
She's going to share in the comments for you all.
Yeah, I can post both of those scripts in there too. I just said, like, hey, Kathy, this is Karen Starr with True Vision. I just wanted to, no, wrong one, sorry.
She's got another script.
That was a different way. Anyways, I was just saying, hey, we have the True Transformation starting. Have you reached your goal? Have you reached your goals, or are you still looking to lose weight? And I reached out to all my inactives with that. And a lot of them, they fell off. They're like, yeah, I'm interested. Some of them asked, do you have new products? And some of them, they're saying, you know, I didn't necessarily have results with the pills. If they do that, I try to get them to try the drink. If they tell me they didn't have success before, I'm like, well, we have this new product. I want you to check it out. I do sell a lot of the drink kits. But,
Queen. I love this. That's really good. You have like a comeback for everything. Like, oh, well, how about this? I love that. But that's literally what we have to do is take each circumstance into account. If, like you said, if they weren't having great success with the pills, okay, maybe I can interest you in the drinks.
Yeah.
I think that's
and
really
everybody,
good.
I mean, I don't write off anyone in my like that has bought from me before. If they quit, they're not wrote off. Like most of them are willing to start back and give it another shot.
Yeah, that's awesome. So take me through a basic day for you. What does your basic work day look like when you wake up?
First thing in the morning, I usually get up and eat before I try to eat, and I start posting in. I do a post on my wall and a post in my customer page and my team page. So just kind of like wake the groups up, and then I will start telling people happy birthday just to get it over with in the morning. And I want to prospect 10 people. After breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I do that 3 meals. So I'll send out 10 prospected messages. And sometimes it's cold market, sometimes it's warm. However, I mean, kind of just whatever is hot for me at the moment. Sometimes I can do interscripts a little more, but the key is 10 messages at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then usually throughout the day, I'm helping my team, working on new stuff for the group, working on training stuff. But and I do get on the power hours when I can. Basically, I have a huge DMO, and every day it seems like I do different chunks of it. But the biggest part is making sure I get the prospecting in and managing the group, helping new team members.
What does your follow-up look like, Karen? Say you just sold me on the belly blaster kit. Walk me through those steps. What is your
follow-up? I message them the day that they get their kit. And if it's nighttime, sometimes I'll go ahead and start them on renew that night. Sometimes we started with everything the next morning. But I talk to them on the first day. And usually the first 3 days, I'm in contact with them every single day, those first 3 days. Just to make sure nothing comes up to where they're not getting enough protein, they start feeling bad. We want to kind of get them in the swing of it first. After about 3 days, I do wait a few days to contact them. Like, give them about a week, and then I'll reach out to them again and check in on them. I start kind of asking, like, are you feeling any different? Have you taken any pictures? Trying to ask them little things like, what are their favorite things? What are they liking most so far? I try to keep the questions so they're going to give me positive feedback. I don't want to like ask them, hey, are you nauseous? Like, don't put things in their head, but kind of just ask them, like, what are you loving? Are you noticing any energy? So I'm in contact with them a lot those first few days. Once I start getting positive feedback from them, then I'll start asking them, like, hey, you should share that. Like, you may inspire somebody else. You may talk someone else into doing it, somebody that was skeptical. And then a lot of times, if I can get them to share that, I can talk them into going active and starting giving the referral link out.
Love that, really. I love that. Where do you find so many people to market to? I'm kind of new, so I really don't know who all to contact. So if you're brand new, Karen, who do you suggest she starts talking to? Who did you start
So
talking to?
I think I did this different than a lot of people do. When I first started, I was kind of afraid to bug my friends. I didn't want to be in people's messages. I was super backwards about it. So I didn't really, and my warm market, I just felt like everyone was broke and everyone was going to tell me that it was too much money. So I felt like I really didn't have a warm market. But I went to the cold market, and I have built a big chunk of my business through cold market. And that's posting in the yard sale sites and doing ads, bringing people in. But once these people are on my friends list, I make friends with them. I build relationships with them. I'm on their pictures, commenting about their kids and talking to them, and in their messages, chatting with them. So I do a lot of cold market, but I really turn them into warm market. And I've made so many friends all over the world doing that.
And you know what else I think, Karen? I know this to be true. You know this, and I know this. When you started doing your Facebook Lives, let's talk about that. What did Facebook Lives do for your business? And I think that has a lot to do with making that cold market your warm market, because they're getting to see the real Karen.
Yeah. Whenever I am doing live videos, my cold market warms up so fast. Versus before I started doing live videos, I did cold market and cold market and cold market. And most people, after a few months of watching, they would join. But when you're doing live videos, people can get to know you so much faster. They're like, oh, okay, I'm watching her do this with her kids, or I'm watching her cook dinner. And you're a real person. They get to know you so much easier. They connect with you, and they end up turning into customers and teammates and rockstar associates like really fast.
Yeah, because they're getting to see you. I think that's the most important, crucial part that I can tell people, and that I saw in your business, Karen, just from the outside looking in. Now, I don't study your business left and right, but obviously I just remember seeing like, oh my gosh, I see Karen doing this live. I see people sharing Karen's live. I see people commenting on Karen's live. Like, to me, it made a huge difference for you in my social media feed. I'm like, dang, look at Karen again, you know?
Yeah.
So, and people
really helps.
to that. So I think biggest thing is making sure, if you are using that cold market, great system, but you have to make them your warm market, or guess what? They're gone again, you know? And I think you do a fantastic job of doing that. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So let's talk a little bit more about objections, because I feel like you're really good at that. So say you have someone that fell off. Say someone doesn't reorder. What happens if they don't reorder? Say, we'll put it in a perfect world. They had great results. You talked to them. They were happy. They were experiencing success, and then they don't order. What do you do?
I reach out. Usually if they've ordered the month before, they've missed a month, they're going to get a little message from me that says, hey, so you didn't get your order this month. I don't want you to miss out. I didn't know if you knew your auto ship didn't go through. And that's how I find out whatever the issue is most of the time. And I'm just understanding people put their health and fitness off, like they put it off for graduation for their kids. Like, it's just not always priority, and people go through things, they get down on themselves and get depressed. So I reach out, let them know I'm here. I follow up with them, support them. Even though they fall off, I'm still their friend. I still check in on them, and they come back around whenever they're ready. Sometimes they say, I'm kicking myself. I knew I shouldn't have stopped, but I need my supplements back. So it really, like, I just keep building those relationships, even when they stop buying, and we keep in touch. Like, I have a lot of girls, like, even though I've had a lot of girls be approved while they're pregnant, I have so many girls get pregnant and they stop for a little while, but they come back. And then I just keep the relationships up with them. And it's
I
fun.
love that. That's
Like,
so
we're
smart.
just
Okay.
socializing
Yeah.
with people.
You can make friends all over the world. Like, we literally get to talk to people for a living. Like, I know some of the coolest people. Like, I don't know. I agree with you. I love it, and I'm a social butterfly. So
Yeah.
now let's put it worst case. Say they ordered the belly blaster kit and they didn't have great results. What do you say to them then?
Didn't have great results. I usually talk to them a little bit to kind of see what's going on, see if there's something in their routine that needs tweaked, kind of figure out what their goals are to see if they have realistic goals. Sometimes people get upset because they haven't lost in a week. They need to give it more time. So I usually encourage them. I try to find testimonies of people with similar issues. And I'll say, hey, I know that you feel like you're struggling and you're alone, but I know this girl, use Kelly as an example, because she's one of my girls who loses slow. I use her testimony a lot. But it took her a long time to lose. But when she did, her weight came off real fast. So usually if someone is wanting to give up quick, I'm like, hey, let me show you Kelly's testimony. And that's, I think, helps me a lot, is because I'm constantly finding things that they can relate to, and I'll share that with them.
I think that's a great idea. And so it's knowing what content you need to have, whether it be a testimony or, what are things they're interested in, maybe some healthy recipes. I know you're good about that. I don't know what you do exactly in your customer page, but I assume it's along those lines. You're giving them content that they need to be successful. So I think that's it.
Like helping them
your
figure out
audience
what protein is, because sometimes you find out that a customer doesn't even realize what protein is to be eating protein. And sometimes you just, like, I'll take them and tag them in some meal ideas or some protein so they know. But it's all about asking them questions and figuring out what the problem is, because I believe that anybody can have success with our products if they're giving them the time and they are doing the things necessary to work with them. It's all about helping that customer get to that realization themselves that they need to do this or they need to give it more time.
Right. And I agree with you. I have people come back, they're just watching and waiting. And I had a lady come to me and she's like, I didn't have great success, but I ordered again and now the products are working for me, And I love kind of what you talked about. And I want to encourage you all that are listening, focusing on when she follows up with her customers, she's not saying weight loss. She's not saying, she's going in like, are you noticing more energy? Are you, more clear-minded? Focusing on things like that, so that if for some reason they're not experiencing weight loss yet, they're still seeing the positives of all the other things, and you're not just jamming weight loss in their head, because they're going to be discouraged if they aren't losing weight, right? So she's using like positive reinforcement, like, are you sleeping better? Do you have more energy? Are you, craving less sweets? There's so many different verbiages that you can use that, kind of allude to losing weight, but, we're not primarily focusing on that. And that's something I like kind of preach about a lot, is we are a health and wellness company. If you're using any other verbiage other than we are a health and wellness company, I invite you to stop doing that and start using the words health and wellness. We're not a weight loss company. We have a lot more products to offer than just weight loss. Obviously that's our flagship. That's what most of us sell, but we have some incredible products. So, the verbiage is really tricky, using that, getting them educated on the right foot, sending them directions. The better success they have, the more likely they're going to be around. And I can tell you across the board, obviously not with you, Karen, but a lot of people, there is a lot to learn, you guys. So you have to show up and educate yourself to better help your customers and your team members and things like that. So what do you see in the future? Like what are some goals you're working on, Karen?
For me, I want to be debt free and I want to be financially free. Right now we are in a way better position than we were a few years ago. So he worked a really dangerous job a few years ago. even right before he got out, there was a terrible incident. A man was killed. So we were always scared. So the fact that now he can be at home with the kids, he doesn't have to work a crazy job like that, it's great, but we want to get out of debt. We want to help our teammates get to where they're not working jobs that they hate. I have teammates that they don't like their jobs. They want to be able to do true full time. I want to help them do that because life is just, it kind of sucks when you have to work a job that you hate. So things like that. I have big goals. I'm not stopping anytime soon, but I'm patiently grinding it out.
That's important too, Karen. I think we have this crazy idea that, you know, if we don't have success in 30, 60, 90 days, if we're not at the top rank, then we quit. You know, like slow and steady has built you an incredible business. You know, think about how much you've learned and how better you can help people and assist your team members and watch them grow. I'm just incredibly proud of everything that you and your team and your leadership and, you know, showing up and doing these things. So I appreciate it. I'm super proud of you. I'm excited to see you at Summit. I know big things are happening for you and your team. So I appreciate you all being on tonight and helping me feature the amazing Karen Starr. I mean, you were born to do this. Your name is Karen Starr. Hello. So I appreciate you and all the to the table for everyone and sharing your knowledge. And I hope someone can walk away with some encouragement, some inspiration, some motivation, or just some really great tips that Karen shared with us tonight. So thank you, Karen. I appreciate it so much. And I will see you soon. Good night, y'all.
Thank you guys. Love you.
Love you. Thank you.